Well, we're not always aware of what's going on behind the scenes in Brighton, and in fact, for the last 3 or 4 years, behind the facade of the beautiful Gilbert Scott building that is Brighton College, a new theatre has grown. But it's not a school theatre, it's not a school hall, it's a theatre on the scale of a West End theatre. It's incredibly beautiful. It's been designed by a very young Dutch architectural firm, and I was blown away when I was introduced to it a few weeks ago. You might have read my review of the Brighton Gameheads Chorus Euro Party concert that was staged here. Technically, it was stunning. I didn't know it was happening. I didn't know this was here. And I've come along today to meet Joe and Zavi, and they're going to take us on a little tour of the space and show us exactly what the people of Brighton in the very near future will be able to enjoy. Another brilliant theatre space for the city. Joe, Zavi, thanks for coming and talking to me about this amazing new theatre in Brighton College. Tell me first, Joe, what is your role here?
So I am the performing arts manager. So I look after all of the non-teaching side of performing arts within the college and the group.
And Zavi, what do you do?
So I'm the theatre operations manager here. I'm in charge of the general audience experience, front of house, and also some of the back of house things as well.
I don't think many people in Brighton and Hove were aware really yet that there is a theatre of this standard and this quality just lurking behind the facade of a very beautiful old Gilbert Scott building.
Yeah.
Are people going to be able to come in and see this?
Yeah, absolutely. So it was always part of the proposal when we built the building that we would open the building up for community usage. I was very keen. It's been a very key thing for me when I joined the college that was a route I wanted to go down. And I think we opened last year in September for college use in order to find out what was working, what wasn't working with the building, and be able to tweak things, ready to basically from September be able to sort of produce a really exciting program for our friends in the community to come and enjoy theatre here in Kemptown.
Got a really exciting program, haven't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really good.
So what sort of people are going to be coming and using it from outside of the school?
Yeah, so we've got a good mix. We've just signed an agreement with the Brighton Academy, which is like the drama school in the county. So they're going to do their end of year shows here, which I think is a great thing for the community, because what that's doing is bringing cast who are finishing their training, who will be going to work in the West End and UK touring, who will do their end of year show here. So the quality of the show should be very good, because they're about to go on and be the stars of tomorrow. And actually for them to put on the shows here, and the agreement is that we'll be giving 100 free tickets to the local residents for each of those shows. So that should be a really good, exciting thing. We've done some agreements with the MND charity to host comedy nights here. So that'll be a really nice thing to have it as a comedy venue. And we've just held the Brighton Gameheads Chorus event, which was a great evening of their Euro Party event, and hopefully we're going to get them back for a few more as well.
Well, that was an event that I came to, and I was absolutely flabbergasted because it was the first time I'd seen the interior. Yeah. It's a very beautiful building.
Yes.
I mean, it's not just a very amazing, technically proficient building, but it's a stunning piece of architecture. It was a competition winner. It was a Dutch company that won the
competition. KRFT. So, and actually they were the only architects who came up with the idea of lifting the theatre up. So actually, most theatres, when you go into them around the world, you go in and go down to the theatre. But what that does, it takes up a lot of retail space on the floor. So being the centre of the college, we were very keen that it was able to be the building everyone would go into every day, whether they had to get from the sport building to the Gilbert Scott building and vice versa. So by lifting the theatre above the main thoroughfare, you were able to have this incredible piece of architecture, but hanging there. And we've been really impressed with what KRFT have come up with, and we think it's stunning.
We're actually set in Scott's Cafe, which in terms is a sixth form block.
Yeah, so the area, the building itself, actually, other than the theatre, really is taken over by the sixth formers during the day, including the cafe. People can come here, and it's really lovely. It's got lots of good snacks and food for us during the day, and then it transforms basically when we have shows into the evening, and turns into the theatre bar. Yeah.
Do you think the people of Brighton are aware of the fact that this incredibly impressive school with a very high standard academically is also so focused on arts?
No, and I think that is a real thing that the new headmaster, Steve Marshall-Taylor, is really pushing for, because actually Brighton College is known for its incredible academic results, and I think that's something we are incredibly proud of. Today is the day the school are getting their GCSE results, for example, and I think it's great to see those come in. But for the school to be so committed to what they've invested in the arts, I think really is a good setting stone for what's to come for Brighton College, I think.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And if I was graduating from this school and heading off to university, there's going to be a level of disappointment when you get there, isn't there? I mean,
Absolutely.
This is far better than any university facility that I've ever been in.
Yes, and I think that is something I think we really strive on, is making the facilities just the best they can to really facilitate to get the best out of each pupil that we get come in. And I think it's really key as well, like part of that relationship we were talking about at the Brighton Academy is giving then pupils the connections to move on to drama school, and really being able to give them, like, even just this year we've got pupils going off to Mount View and RADA, so it's going to be really exciting to see that grow with this new building.
It seems perfectly appropriate to me in a city which is so focused on arts and has such a great theatre scene that we have a new theatre, and it's heartening to know that this is going to be opened up to the public some of the time.
Absolutely, yeah, and I think it's really key. I mean, really, realistically, and there was a requirement. To be really clear, there was a requirement within the planning commission that we did open it, but the plan is to go well beyond that. The plan, we really want to go every time that we're out of holiday periods, that we're in the holiday period, that the theatre is open and full of variety of different shows coming in, from musical theatre to comedy to straight plays, straight drama. So it should be a really exciting programme for people. And Zabby's really excited to announce that in the next couple of weeks about what we've got coming up.
Yeah.
Well, we look forward to that. Do let us know at Latest Television what you've
please
got
do.
coming up, and we'll follow with interest and come back as often as we can. Thank you so much, both of you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it. A really beautiful new building, and one that we hope we'll all be able to share in. Thank you, Brighton College, for making this a new space for the city.
If you have a local news story you would like to share with our viewers, please email us at news@thelatest.co.uk. Thank you for watching.